What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Carniball Bonaventura. He's coming up next. So in today's video we are looking at Bonaventura's new 87 rated SBC card. Carnival, obviously, as the theme of the promo still continues, we're looking to obviously get the, I believe, Argentinian or American card as of today. Whenever this video goes out, it might already be out by then. But we're looking at Bonaventura from yesterday's SBC. Looking at the SBC at the moment, it's looking to cost you around about 90 to 100k on both consoles, which realistically for an 87 isn't terrible. You do get 55k worth of packs back, so there is the option to possibly get more back. Or at the very least, more than likely, you'll probably save at least, say, half or just under half of your money back. So that's not bad. 50k, 50, 60k I'd say you'd probably spend for this card if you was to get shafted in the packs. So for 60k, I'm pretty happy with this. He's a very, very well-rounded CM, which is very nice to see. Obviously, he come from an 82 rated card, no informs, no nothing like that. Obviously, he plays in AC Milan. Looking at some basic information on him, 4-star skiller, 3-star weak foot. 5'11" at right footed with a high attack and work rate and a medium defensive work rate. So overall, pretty happy with that. The 4-star weak foot would have been better, but we can still work with that. He is right footed. 5'11" isn't massive, but it's not small. So realistically, he's a very average CM. Sorry. Looking at a few of his stats, personally, the stats don't scream out an 87 to me. There's some really good individual in-game stats that he's got that I like. But overall, stat-wise, he's got the 87 passing and the 87 dribbling. That's decent enough for me. He then has the 83 shooting and 78 defensive for his attacking and defensive duties. 76 physical. Again, not the greatest in the world. He's a very average player for me. He's not going to really be an endgame card or one that's going to really matter in a lot of these high-rated teams. But for the fun of it, Serie A definitely have got a nice upgrade in these Carnival cards. Obviously, you've got the Mertens, you've got the Dybala, Immobile, Icardi, Bonucci's got one as well. Then you've got some future stars, obviously, a lot of them being strikers, it seems, or forward players. You do have the right-back future star as well. So, realistically, you can start making a really nice Serie A team. And I think I said this in the... I think I said it in the Mertens video. I went from really not rating Serie A just because they had Ronaldo, and realistically that is all I liked. Alexandro weren't terrible as well, but personally I prefer Marcelo. That is a kind of a grey area that I think it splits the audience half, because a lot of people like Sandro, a lot of people like Marcelo. So that's opinion there. But now we're starting to really see the shape of the Serie A. I hope it's not too late before, obviously, Team of the Season comes out and practically wipes out every single card that you've got. They all get upgrades. So it will be interesting to see who from the Serie A definitely gets that upgrade, as there's been a hell of a lot of informs, especially in the midfield, it seems. Nainggolan got one. I think there's a couple of others that I think, obviously, Savic got one, plus his Europa Live. And there's a few knocking around that actually look somewhat decent and realistically you could put into a team. Half the time I don't think many of these will get into foot champs teams of the caliber that people are going, say, elite above. There obviously is players out there that can play with a more lower rated team compared to just solid icons and team of the years, and can still get really high rated just from pure skill. But realistically, if you want to be the best, you've got to have the best. That's what they always say. And for me, this card was very average. And I was very surprised. I thought 87 rated. I looked at the stats and thought, it looks alright. It doesn't look the greatest card in the world, but it looks like it'll have some legs. It may be able to do some bits for me. Whereas, it just seemed very average. He didn't really get into the game too much. Realistically, I didn't notice him a hell of a lot. He did make some good defensive duties and possibly some decent passing, but realistically, that's all he did in my team. He didn't really shine anywhere. I didn't really see him push forward as much as the high attack and work rate was. He kind of just sat on the edge of the box kind of a little bit, and maybe he didn't get the balls that if he did manage to get, that he would bang in. But realistically, after however many games that I played with him, I think I did at least 6 or 7, he didn't really shine in many, so it was a bit of a struggle trying to figure out what he actually could do without moving him from that CM. Realistically, the CM's kind of just at my average position, and to be honest, I've normally got Seedorf, Pogba, Kante stays in there. I know he can be more CDM, but he can stay in there. He's OP on this game. Casemiro sometimes wanders into the CM role. So he's coming up against some very high caliber players when it comes to around my team, and I really was a little bit disappointed from him. Personally, for 50, 60k, I don't think I got anything in the packs, but for 50, 60k, I'm happy with him. Whether I could say that he's actually fun to play with, he was okay. He held a good line. He was a decent CM, but personally, I still think there's plenty of more CMs that you could definitely put in there instead. Realistically, a lot of the Serie A teams are non-existent anymore. Unless, say, you've got a lot of the... I don't think... Have they even got a flashback? They've obviously got the Boateng 87. I don't think they've got any defensive flashbacks, I want to say. I may be missing some real big cards here, but the Serie A team is kind of dead in my opinion. A few years back when I played FIFA, Serie A was always that go-to with a 3 at the back because it played so well. Personally, I never want to play 3 at the back at this game. I seem to get countered so much already. The chances of having them wing-backs not get back may be a bit of a struggle. But potentially a 5 at the back may work. They have got some really solid defenders in, obviously, Chiellini. Benussi's got his nice upgrade. And then also you've got the likes of Mandanda. Juan Jesus has got foot swaps. So he can work. He can work in teams like that. Obviously, the Italian link, you've got Del Piero as the prime icon. And then there's a few others. I'm trying to think of other Italians that necessarily are in there. You do have some other icons as well if you really wanted to just go with that Italian kind of link. You got Inzaghi, you got Baggio, you got, is it Very or yeah, I think it's Very, the striker, and then there is another one that it's escaping my name. You do have, is it Baresi as the centre back, and also Maldini. So there is a very variety of Italian icons in there that you could link this card up with, and obviously get the super strong link, as I believe that works in this. So what stats don't I like? I've kind of gone off a bit of a tangent for him. He's got 90 shot power and 92 long shots. I thought that was very nice. I didn't really see too much of that. Like I say, it may be the chances that I had with him, and the players around him personally were very meta. Obviously, you've got the Ronaldos, you've got the Seedorf, the Pogbas. They're very highly rated cards in this FIFA. So it may be that he's just squandered chances and someone else has picked them up instead, or I've just maybe not gave him enough chance to really shine for me. But them stats were nice. I just didn't see too much of it, or weren't too impressed with his shooting. Very, very average for me. Again, I'm not really expecting him to score banging goals, but it'd be nice for him to get an assist or two that would have been okay to see and to be able to comment on. But he struggled with that. Pace-wise, not too fussed with that. As a CM, I don't really need a huge amount. 81 is justifiable for me. Good enough. I don't really need him to be 90 plus, all that sort of yada. Dribbling wise, thought he was actually good. He managed to carry the ball quite a lot, which was nice. Realistically, it kind of just made the short passes rather than long passes, which for me, probably again, maybe my fault for not trying to like kind of experiment with him, but he was okay at the dribbling. Passing again, the long pass weren't quite there for me. Again, I don't know if it's just circumstances, but this is all my opinion. I want to know your comments down below. What did you think of him, if you've done him? If not, are you looking to do him? But I thought he was very good at his short game, really good at making them 1-2s, but he, again, didn't really make too much clinical chances for me. That was more led to my cam, really. But overall, very average player. 89 stamina was nice. Keeps him going the whole 90 and into the extra time. Obviously, in this game, you've more than likely got a super sub that you could whack on for him. 80 marking on the defensive, and realistically, they're kind of his best stats. He's got, 89 ball control, 87 dribbling, 85 composure. Again, I did say that his dribbling was really nice. He did feel comfortable on the ball, especially for a CM. So that's really nice to see. So that's a good positive. 87 vision, 87 crossing, 89 short pass, 84 long pass, 82 curve. Like I said, passing and dribbling, I've not really got too much issues with. Both really nice rating. The shooting defensive duties for me was very average, and that is where I'm sticking with it. Pace was good enough. Physicality, 70 strength, 72 aggression. I'm okay with that. I didn't find him overly too strong, but he did the job enough to definitely take the ball, or at least lead the opponent astray and go somewhere else. So that was always nice to see. Overall rating for this card, I'm giving him an 8. I think he was okay. I thought he was. Is he worth the coins? If he was to pack someone big and obviously make your money back, well worth it. If he was to say get the really bottom look that I got, you're looking around about 50 to 60k for this card. I'd probably at least get him. He's a nice special card. He's nice for your collection. And at the very least, if you try him out and don't like him, you've got a nice card to put into an SBC at the very least. So there is that option, and I think it's well worth the coins in the sense of, realistically, it's probably the cheapest you're going to get him, as 83, 84 cards are really, well, and 85 to be honest, are really, really low. So what I would do personally with the SBCs, you only need, I believe, 2 84 squads, plus I think an inform in one of them. Get 1 or 2 85s, and then bulk the club out with the 83s. That's probably your best bet to get this card. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know down below what you think of this card. Subscribe for more content. I'll see you all again next time. We've not got many carnivals to do left, so come back and I'll see you all again next time. Peace.